fucking degenerate.
Get that?
What up to all my Degenerate watchers out there? You're very welcome to another episode of Degenerate Watch. In today's video we're taking a look at some body cam footage from the Atlanta Police Department where they were accused of using excessive force when they pulled two students out of a car. So there was some protests going on in the city that day in relation to police brutality. So these students were making their way up one of the streets. So there's a lot of heavy traffic there and end up getting stuck in the traffic. Now, as you can see at the start of the video here, there's something going on just, on the sidewalk, just to the side. So there's a couple of officers there already. But when the officer whose body cam we were watching approaches, and then you start seeing an interaction between some people that are stopped in the car in the traffic jam and the officer. We'll go from there and we'll discuss it as we go along. And as always, if you like the video, please drop a like. It really helps the channel out. And please subscribe to stay updated on future videos here on Degenerate Watch. Obviously in this situation with anyone screaming like that, really loudly, you're going to stop to see what's going on, especially if there's a lot of police officers standing there. But I also understand the police's point of view. There's a traffic jam, they're trying to clear the area. So they do want the cars to move on, but I understand the people in the cars' concern for what's going on the sidewalk, especially they're college students. They're obviously tuned into what's going on, and the protest in the city that day was for police brutality. And this actually happened on the 30th of May.
He's getting in the car. He's getting in the car. He's with us getting in the car.
Obviously the person that's screaming on the sidewalk's in some sort of bother. Maybe they're having a breakdown, maybe they've done something and the police are arresting them. But obviously this guy is trying to help whoever it is now. I don't know if he knows them or not, I'm not really sure of that. But he's obviously saying, oh, he can come with me. But that person could be under arrest, so you don't really know. It probably would be best to just move along. But I do understand people's concern.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I'm going to say I think this point here where he drives off after the police officer has opened his door is probably his biggest mistake of this whole thing. The first small mistake was probably not just moving along when he was told at that time. But when the police officer had his door open and he drove off like that, that was just a wrong move, and that's obviously escalated the whole situation. But I think the police officer was a bit rash there at the same time to go ripping the door open. He could have had a bit more patience, but I understand they're trying to clear the area. There's been a protest there that day. It was anti-police, so I understand tempers are running high, emotions, stuff like that. They're probably tired, it's nighttime. I understand all those factors come into it, and I know it's no excuse for it, but you have to put all these factors into consideration in an event like this. But I think this driving off part was probably his worst mistake. And quite obviously, I wasn't there. I wasn't in the situation. And if somebody was ripping my door open and stuff like that, I can't say I wouldn't react the same way and want to, it's a fight or flight sort of situation. You want to get out of there. So I can't really be too judgmental, but hindsight's great looking back. And I think that driving off was the thing that really brought this to the next level. You can hear the hissing noise from the tyres being popped or slashed. And I was thinking to myself when I first heard it, I was like, whoa, that's a bit much, slashing his tyres and stuff like that. But then I just realised when I looked at the video a second time, further on in it, the police are saying to put it in park. So it's obviously still in drive. It's obviously not parked yet. And then she kept saying, stop the car, stop the car. So it's probably hard to see. The car probably was still rolling a little bit or something. So I understand that they probably thought he was going to jet off again, considering he drove off the first time. But as you can see, things got heavy very quickly. So there you go. They were pulled out of the car, handcuffed, arrested, brought to the station. But in less than 24 hours after the incident, shit had hit the fan. So altogether, 4 officers were fired stemming from this incident, and 2 others are facing criminal charges. Now, they've been kind of suspended at the moment. But 2 of the fired officers have actually filed a lawsuit against the mayor and the city, saying that they were, unfairly fired because they didn't get a proper hearing or whatever. But let's be quite honest, if somebody's going to use force like that, I understand on the day tempers were probably running high and, they were probably at the end of their tether, but it really doesn't excuse pulling 2 people out of the car like that. You can even see the girl in it is complying. She's saying, like, I'm going to get out. She was kind of waiting for the car to be stopped, and there's all this madness going on. So I understand. And I really think the police kind of did overstep it a bit here, and they were right to fire the officers, because you can't have people like that are going to lose their temper on the street, because had that been a slightly different situation, somebody could have been killed. So obviously any charges against the students were thrown out. They obviously got an apology. And I'm pretty sure the city's going to be paying out a fat paycheck to these people for this just disgusting behaviour by these officers. What do you guys think? Do you think the police overstepped their mark here? Or do you think that they were justified in the action that they took? Personally, I just think that he should have just left when he was told first. Not drove off once his door was open, but then again, I wasn't there. But do let us know what you guys think down below in the comments. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, it really helps us out. Please subscribe to stay updated on future videos. And I'll see you next time. Peace out, degenerates.